gather again in the wake of mass shootings to call for concrete steps to reduce gun violence in our land. It is an abdication of public leadership to refuse for years to conduct Minnesota Senate hearings on two demonstrably effective tools to reduce gun violence. Majority Leader Gazelka has stated repeatedly that he will consider proposals that have bipartisan support. By that, I think he means explicit support from individual members of his Senate Republican caucus. That, however, presumes that his caucus members accurately reflect the views of the constituents they represent. On this issue, they don't. The Star Tribune did a statewide Minnesota poll in April 2018 and found that Minnesotans overwhelmingly support mandatory criminal background checks on all gun sales, including those sold privately and at gun shows. 96% of Democrats, 86% of independents, and 86% of Republicans. Lest you think that this is only Metro Republicans, think again. The same poll found that 85% of non-Metro Minnesotans support it, and 87% of people who own guns support these background checks. One Minnesota! One Minnesota! One Minnesota! One Minnesota! Now let's consider the Extreme Risk Protection Order, or Red Flag Bill. It too is bipartisan. As of today, 17 states have some form of a red flag bill, or law. These include Florida, whose Republican governor pushed for it in the wake of the Parkland massacre, and Indiana, which has had this law since 2005. Ohio Republican Governor DeWine, Arizona Republican Governor Ducey, and President Trump now support it. The national polling, yes, support the Republicans who support the red flag bill. National polling backs this up. In 2018, the Washington Post ABC News nationwide poll found that 85% of registered voters support red flag laws. 92% of Democrats, 84% of Republicans, 81% of conservatives, 85% of suburbanites, and 81% of rural voters. Majority Leader Gazelka, your test has been met. Both bills are bipartisan. So Majority Leader Gazelka and Senate Judiciary Chair Limmer, you have a serious job to do. It involves more than just saying no. It is your responsibility as serious public policymakers to look for evidence-based, effective, and bipartisan solutions to gun violence. Your job involves more than running a blocking pattern for the NRA, the Gun Rights Caucus, and your most radical GOP caucus-going constituents. Your job, ultimately, is solving community problems, not political problems. Now, we would love to work together with you to pass these bills, just as we took into account the views of your members and gun advocates to craft these bills. Any objective view of the content of these proposals and their adjustments over the years will recognize the move toward the center, the moderates, the middle of the road, the respect for Second Amendment concerns, the input of centrist legislators from your party and ours. These bills focus on the people that pull the triggers. Our goal here is to protect our citizens from gun violence, as the safety of the public is paramount. Indeed, public safety is a most basic human right. It is one of the foremost reasons that people organize into governments to arrange for the collective protection against violence. Senator Gazelka and Limmer, you swore an oath to the Minnesota Constitution, which says as its very purpose, Article 1, Bill of Rights, Section 1, Object of Government. Government is instituted for the security, benefit, and protection of the people. And so, to those who say that these gun violence reduction proposals are an infringement on gun owners' rights, I say this. The time has arrived in Minnesota for this legislature to get out of the shadow of gun rights and to walk forthrightly into the bright sunshine of human rights. It's time for Senators Gazelka and Limmer to listen to the people of Minnesota and say yes to public hearings on these proposals. And if our current Senate leadership can't lead us there, then at least get out of the way and we will do the leading.